Welcome back to Beyond the Spectrum. This is Dream sharing our family's journey, the battles, the victories, the struggles, all the happy faces. If you're following along, you get that joke. If not, you'll have to listen to episode 6. As you can hear, the rain is still very much in California, and I hope that this is not going to be too distracting. I don't know what it sounds like yet, but hopefully it's not too bad. So let's dig in today. Let's get right back into where we left off. We were talking yesterday about emotions, and I kind of wanted to rewind a little bit back to when he was younger and how he never cried. And I remember the feeling that I had. Now, I'd already had one child, and I know that babies cry. And Micah cried as well, but he didn't cry very often. He cried when he was first born. I remember that. And then he would cry occasionally, but he really didn't cry a lot past a certain age. And I remember some moms would say to me at that time, "You're so lucky that your baby doesn't cry. You have no idea what it's like to have a crying baby all the time." And I used to be bothered by that. Very bothered by that. I tried not to let it show because deep down I knew that they were praising my child and they were thinking that it was a happy experience that I was having, that my child didn't cry. But I'll tell you, if you're not familiar with this feeling already, to see your child and to realize that they are locked in an emotional cage, and to realize there's very little that you can do to help them, and to understand the gift of tears. If you have hurt yourself, if you've watched a sad movie, you've experienced the catharsis that crying brings. There's something that is a great release that happens when you get to cry your heart out. And when you can't, when things are all bottled up and you don't have the key to unlock those things, it's not a lucky thing for you to experience, and it's not a lucky thing for you to watch in your child. But here's the thing. You're going to get a lot of people that say a lot of things, and they don't mean any harm by it. Even if they do mean harm, you have to realize that this is your life and that you have control over how you react. We also had people that would, at the time it was 2000, 2001, 2002, and there wasn't really a whole lot about autism, and there definitely wasn't very much on TV. The only thing that they could relate to was Rain Man. So if we would say to them, our child is autistic, they would say, "Oh, well, I thought that was like Rain Man." And again, it's not, you can't take that in. You have to just realize that people will say things. They might say, "Oh, I thought he was just shy," or, "Oh, well, he seems normal." That was a big one for me. Normal. We're going to talk about that word normal tomorrow. And I kind of wanted to laugh at that point and say, really? He has me and Joe for parents. I think the deck was stacked against him on that normal scale. But yeah, you have to have humor, right? You have to be understanding that people sometimes just say things without thinking. Sometimes they want to be there for you. They just don't know how. You have to learn to be okay with that, and then realize that people often are just trying to connect in a way. And you don't have to defend yourself. You don't have to explain everything to everyone. There will be people who understand without saying a thing. Hold those people so close because you need each other. And then there's going to be people who dismiss because they know better. So let them go. And you can do what you like, but I've learned to not even try to teach the world. It's very difficult to try to teach the world. The best that I can do is teach my child and learn and then live out the example. And if people want to follow that, great. But then there's people that are in the middle And when the opportunity presents itself, then try and see if you can share with them, perhaps try to enlighten them. Because when more people understand, more people can be understanding. And that's what you really need a lot of. I think that's what the world needs a lot of. So today's episode, I guess, is more about you and your heart as a parent, as a caregiver, as a sibling, as a grandparent, as a friend. If you have someone with special needs in your life, someone is going to say something that's inappropriate. Learn to be okay with foolish things being said. Don't always feel like you need to react. Sometimes things need to be said, but have the wisdom to know when those times are, and try your best to realize that people probably are just trying to connect, and give them grace. That's all for today. See you tomorrow.